Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Welcome to Wake and Stretch. Today is Monday, the 15th. I think we're halfway through the month. Boop. Happy half of June. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen today, just pretty much like every day. Sometimes I have an intuition before I step on the mat. Sometimes I really don't. And I think this week is a little bit of I don't have the intuition before I step on the mat. So join me for this adventure. Right, so grab any props that you think you might need. Blocks, pillows, blankets, towels. You know the drill. And I will meet you on the mat. Sound good? Cool. Let's go. Gross. The dogs put something gross on my mat. I'm going to Oh. All right. Okay. Just a little dirt there. Hi, Susie. So finding a comfortable seated position. Start to focus in on your breath. Hi, Soxy. Start to settle the mind, body. Start to check in and see how you're feeling this morning. Physically, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. Just a few more breaths here in your stillness. Gradually start to deepen your breath. Let your eyes start to blink open. Let's start with a little bit of a twist. So taking a nice inhale, letting the arms sweep up overhead. Ow. Who are you? Your socks. Socks. Stop. Ow. And then twist to the right. Ow. This girl and her nails. And then inhale through center, exhale over to the other side, giving a nice twist. Inhaling through center, exhaling to the right. Inhaling through center and exhale, twist to the left. Inhaling, coming back through center. Exhale where you need. Go ahead and remove any props from underneath you. We're just going to gently fold forward over the legs. Make sure that the sit bones stay connected to your mat, to the floor, as you fold forward. And gently come up to vertical. Exhale, give a little twist to the right. We're going to roll down from there, tucking the chin to the chest. Keep both sit bones on the mat. This provides a nice stretch through the left side of the back. Be mindful that the neck stays extended. You don't want to tuck it too much. We don't want an overstretch for the back of the neck. From here, morphing into a side bend. So flatten out that right hand, let the elbow drop down to the mat. Rotate the ribs so that the left armpit comes up. You can reach straight up to the ceiling, or you can reach it over for more intensity. Up to you, wherever you're at this morning. And then inhale, bring it up through vertical. Exhale, give a little twist to the left. So you're facing the thigh, more or less. Then tuck the chin and start to roll down. Keeping the sit bones on the mat. Now stretching out the right side of the back. So the lower back, you may feel it through the ribs as well. And bringing the left hand flat onto the mat, elbow drops downward. Rotate into a nice side bend. Right arm can reach straight up or over the ear. And it's okay if it's different from the first side. And inhaling, coming back up through center. Exhale, let's just go into a pure side bend from here. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, side bending. Inhaling, coming up through center. Excuse me. Exhale, side bending to the right. We'll go one more time to the left. Inhaling as you come up. Exhaling as you side bend. Inhaling, coming all the way up through vertical. Exhale where you need to. And then have the German Shepherd upstage you. Like, really? Let's come on to tabletop. Hands and knees. From here, moving through cow and cat. Inhale, lifting the heart and tail. Exhale, curl. Inhale, arching through the spine. Exhale, curl. Inhale, arching. And exhale. Inhale, come to a nice neutral tabletop, and then exhale, press it back, child's pose. On your inhale, coming back up onto hands and knees. Walk the knees so that they're right underneath the hips and your wrists are right underneath your shoulders. Then extend the right leg back. We did this a little bit yesterday, just to give a nice stretch through the calf muscle. Then come back to your center of weight. We're going to roll into a modified side plank. So the left foot will rotate to the left edge of your mat, open up the hips and the heart, and come into that modified side plank. I'm rotating the right foot. I know you can't see it because the dog is there, but I'm turning my right toes towards the right edge of the mat. You can stay here. Just be careful that you're not slumping down into the shoulders. Really try to extend them to have the longest line from fingertip to bottom hand. Opening up the chest and the shoulders. Then from here, if you would like a little more intensity, take the top arm, sweep it forward and up over the ear. This will give you more stretch through the right side. Shift your weight so that you're right on top of that hand. Stiffen the hand and see if you can lift up that right leg. Flexing the ankle and the foot. This translates to your half moon balance. Gently place the right foot back down. Right arm comes up to the sky or the ceiling. Bring it back down to the mat. Square off the hips. Right foot is tucked. Step the left back, come into a full plank. Take a few breaths here. And take a vinyasa. On your exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Your choice. Staying here for a few breaths. On your next inhale, come back up onto hands and knees into tabletop. Taking the left foot back this time, tucking the ball of the foot and gently shifting your weight back to stretch out the calf, the heel, the foot, the toes. And you can give a little pulse here, just coordinate it with your breath. So you're exhaling as you press back. Make sure that your shoulders are over your wrists and the right knee is under the hip. Go ahead and roll into that modified side plank. Left toes turn to the left edge of the mat. Really extend through the shoulders, fingertips to fingertips. If you'd like some more intensity, left arm sweeps forward and then over the ear to find more length. Without the shoulder attaching to the ear, so there's still nice space between both shoulders and both ears. And from there, see if you can lift up the left leg. And gently lower down the left foot. Left hand comes down to the mat. Square yourself back off so that you're in that three-legged plank, if you will. And step back to regular plank. A couple breaths here. And take your vinyasa. Down dog or child's pose. And if your wrists were unhappy after that, mine are actually a little achy this morning. Just give them a nice little roll. Nice and gently. A little flexion and extension of the wrists, a little rotation. Just kind of release that stiffness out. And go ahead and lift yourself back up into tabletop, tuck the toes, exhale down dog if you're not there already. Good morning, downward facing dog. From here, step it forward, take Malasana, your garland pose. Prop if you need to prop under the sit bones or the heels. I'm taking this a little bit more passive, but if you'd like to be more active in it, you can press the palms together and elbows can gently give some resistance to the thighs. Just a couple more breaths here. And then from here, if you have any props underneath, you gently remove them, and we're going to come to a seated position. It's okay if it's not graceful. If you happen to plop, then plop. Let's make our way into boat pose. Inner thighs come together, legs float to where you can maintain them, arms extend out. Chest is open and wide. Remember that sensation in that modified side plank? We want that sensation through the chest and the shoulders, even if the arms are in a different position. So you're still extending fingertip to fingertip. From here, rolling down through the spine. I'm going to move my towel here because Zeus was laying on my mat and I don't know what he got into this morning. But he does not smell great. So I want to make sure I protect myself. So laying flat onto the back here. Press the hands down. We'll move right into a bridge. Tucking the tail, lifting up. Tucking the shoulders. Interlacing the fingers. Staying for one more breath. As you exhale, release the hands, untuck the shoulders, let the hips come down. Hands on your belly, take a belly breath. Good. From here, let the arms extend. Start to roll up through the spine, walk yourself into your boat pose. Haha, surprise core work. Finding that boat pose. keeping the chest open and receptive. From here, gently rolling down through the spine, we're going to move into bridge again, feet down. Once the head is down, tuck the pelvis, lift it up, tuck the shoulders underneath. One more breath. Exhale, release the hands, untuck the shoulders, let the hips come down. Hands on the belly, belly breath. Take a nice inhale. Lift the head, exhale. Bring it up, boat pose last time. Finding the balance here. If you want to go full boat, you can straighten the legs out. Ooh, how about we tease it a little bit? We'll use teaser. So as you inhale, lower the arm, the torso and the legs, and then exhale, pull it back up. We'll go about 5 times. That's 3, 4, 5. And gently roll down. Feet down. Let's take another bridge pose. Tucking the tail, rolling it up, tucking the shoulders. Keep the belly active. Legs are parallel, so the knees are pointing over the toes. One more breath. Gently release the hands. Untuck the shoulders, hips come down, hands onto the belly, belly breath. Good. From here, hug the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg down. Wind relieving pose. You can hold on above the knee or below it. If you have knee issues, and holding below it is a little bit kinder to the joint. And bend up the bottom foot so it's flat. Extend the right leg. Get a hamstring stretch here. And bend that right knee. Extend the left leg out again. Let's outwardly rotate the right thigh. So the knee's coming towards the armpit. Keep the hips square. So use your left hand on the left hip bone and press it down. My left heel is actively pressing into the mat. Imagine you're standing on it. And then extend the right leg. Flex the foot, squeeze the heel to the sit bone. Point the foot, extend it out. Flex the foot, squeeze it in. And it's okay if your leg doesn't go perfectly straight. There's no need for perfection this morning. Flexing the heel, pulling it in. Pointing the foot, flexing it, then pulling it in. From here, spinal twist. Coming back flat onto your back, outwardly rotate the right leg, bend the left up, reclined pigeon. Right ankle crosses over the thigh, hold on to the left thigh. Gently pull the legs in. Release the hands, cross the legs even more, reclined cow face. Grab onto the ankles, the one that's closest to your hand. So your feet are actually on the opposite sides of your body. Gently pull them in. Gently release the legs, let them dangle in the air. Give them a good shake. And then we'll come into wind relieving pose on the other side. Left thigh into the chest, right leg extends long. Oh, good morning, hip flexor. Feels nice. All right, stretching out that left hamstring. Right foot steps up, left leg extends. Opening up the back of the leg. Be careful your pelvis doesn't curl up off the mat. Keep it nice and flat. If that means that you have to hold behind the hamstring, if the knee is bent, it's all good. Wherever your body is right now is okay. It's where you're meant to be. All right, let's take wind relieving pose again, bending the left leg. Extend the right leg long. And now taking that left thigh, outwardly rotating it, bringing it towards the armpit. I am using my left elbow as a kickstand, so it is down on the ground. Hips are square. I'm using my right hand to make sure that it is not creeping upwards. We want it to stay flat. Let's take those extensions with the left leg. So pointing the foot, extend it out. Flex the foot, heel squeezes into the sit bone. Point the foot, extend it out. Flex the foot, flex it in. Flex the knee so the heel comes to the sit bone. Point the foot, extend the leg out. Flex the foot, heel to the sit bone. We'll go one more time, pointing the foot. Extend. Flex the foot, heel to sit bone. And then work it across the body for a spinal twist. Gently bring it back up. You're flat on your back. Outwardly rotate that left thigh. Find your reclined pigeon. Holding onto the right leg, pulling the legs into the chest. And taking reclines, cow face, crossing the thighs even more, grabbing onto the ankles, the feet, or the shins. Gently release the legs, up and dangle up in the air, give them a good shake. Alright, then bring the legs to 90 degrees. We're going to roll like a ball. It's Pilates style. So you're holding on to the shin bones, the legs stay at 90 degrees, and there's resistance between the shin bones and the hands. So they're pressing to one another. On your inhale, you lift the head, neck, and shoulders. As you exhale, engage the abdominals, use the pelvis to roll and balance on the sacrum. You inhale, roll back towards the shoulders, and then exhale, come up and try to balance. One more time. Find your balance here. Hopefully this boat pose feels better now that we've done a couple already. And cross the ankles and take an easy forward fold. Gently rolling up through the spine. Exhale where you need. Let's get a little deeper into the inner thighs. I think today I'm not feeling any standing poses. I think today is just going to be all on the mat. All right, so find your straddle wherever that means, whatever that means to you. You can use props in front of you if you'd like as we move forward. Just be mindful here that the legs, the knees and the toes kind of point upwards as opposed to rolling in. It's okay if they roll out a little bit. That's not a big deal, but we want the knees and the toes to at least be upright. And from here, start to walk yourself forward. We're gonna stay here for a good amount of time. Actually, I have my watch today. How about we say 90 seconds, minute and a half? And as we stay here, I've already started, so we're already 10 seconds in. As the body starts to open up, if you'd like to move deeper into the stretch, then go ahead and do that. You can ease into a deeper variation. Nice steady breath. Be mindful that you're not moving into pain. A stretchy sensation is fine, but no pain sensations. All right, 1 minute down, 30 seconds to go. And that's 90s, gently, slow. All right, sorry about that. I got a little notification from my wireless provider. It interrupted the flow. So anyway, so coming up out of the straddle, use your hands to gently close the legs. Give them a little shake, a little rock and pop. And let's actually move into hero pose. So a little quad opening. So a word about this before we move into it. If you need to prop yourself, prop yourself. Hello, Zeus. I know that I like to use blocks underneath because my hips and my back aren't open enough to go flat into the pose. So places you can prop. Underneath the sit bone, and you can ease back this way. You can stack pillows or bolsters, blankets, towels underneath you for support if you'd like. So the idea here is we're stretching out through the quads, through the belly, and the chest. If you have too much pain in your knee, either try a one-legged variation, or if you want the back bend and the opening, you can come into Setu Bandhasana. Setu Bandhasana, let me get into this the right way. From bridge pose, you would slide the props underneath your hips and let the legs extend, and the arms can go overhead if it's comfortable for you. That way you get a stretch. It's just not as intense on the quads. Yeah? So, pick your poison, as they say. Although in this case, it's not really poison, it's relief. I'm going to try it without the block this morning. So easing the hips between, and easing back. Now this is another one like that straddle that it may take some time for the body to open up and get used to. No sharp pains, no pins and needles, we don't want any of that. Take one more breath in whichever variation you're in. And start to ease your way out of the pose. If you're in hero pose, like I am, you want to ease your way up and then find your way into hands and knees. If you're in Setu Bandhasana, the long leg variation on your back, then bend the knees, bring your feet flat. Gently lift your hips off the props. Yeah. So if you're on hands and knees, just stay in your tabletop for a few breaths until the legs settle down. We're going to make our way into Shavasana from here. So I'm just going to take a few moments to stretch out the legs gently as I started out the practice, right? Tucking the toe, letting the leg extend. Just get a little movement in there. And then gently and mindfully find your way into Shavasana. Do what you need to for yourself. I actually have this beautiful headband. I'm going to cover my eyes today. The sun. Arms by your sides. If you're cold, you can blanket yourself. And take rest. I'll stay here for, I don't know, 10 to 20 breaths, something like that. But just know you're always welcome to stay longer. If you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, gradually start to deepen your breath. If you're not ready yet, then just stay and relax. Start to find energy in the fingers, the toes, the hands, the feet, the wrists, the ankles, moving them around a little bit. And let the arms extend overhead. Give a nice long stretch through the body. And then hug the knees in towards your chest. Give a little rock from side to side. And roll onto your right side into fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow for your head. Gently press yourself up to a seated position. Eyes can stay closed. Hands either pressed to your heart, or bring one to your heart and one to your belly if you'd like to connect to your breath a little deeper. Just take a few moments for yourself to feel what you're feeling. And take a few moments here for some gratitude, something you're thankful for in this very moment. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. So thanks so much for joining me this morning on this wake and stretch. I hope you feel good after that. I hope you have a beautiful day, a wonderful day. And if you've made it this far and you're missing something or you want something in the wake and stretch, then send me a message, let me know. Sometimes it's nice to get inspiration from other people. Don't get me wrong, I love doing my own practice, but I also like to help other people as well. So send it out there. Let me know what you would like to work on, and I'm happy to accommodate either in this wake and stretch or in a pre-recorded video. Either way. So I guess with that said, have a great day. Bye. See you tomorrow.